Alrighty, we're live. Back at it again. So, today, I want to just kind of do some cleanup, because the sooner you do cleanup, the easier it is going to be in the future, right? Because then, like, all these things stack up, where it's like, oh, I'll fix it later. But, those things stack up, so you want to get it done the issue's as small as possible, so then you can just not have to worry about fixing a scaling issue. So that includes fixing the rotations and positions, the default rotations and positions, this being making sure everything's pointing at the same axis, right? And I talked about this last time, so I kind of fleshed this out. Okay, so this is gonna be number one. Yeah, and then another thing I kind of thought about is that I noticed when I'm putting a weapon in the in a character scene where they're going to use it, I'm importing it and it's super huge, and so I have to scale it down in the scene. So, but then that's an instanced change. That means if I'm going to import the same weapon into another character, I'm going to have to do the same scaling. And then if I, become inconsistent with the scaling, they're going to be different sizes, which we don't want. So I'm just going to scale it down in its own scene so that it's the same size wherever I import it. And that's just, I've just done two weapons so far, sword and dagger. And so those are the two I'm going to be doing today. So, and then what do I want to do after that? I don't know. Let's not worry about it. Maybe get input capture, do better. Do better input capture. Now do better input handling for the player and in general. And that includes, I guess I would put a pause button in, something to remove captured mode. But I kind of like the idea of keeping it like how Dark Souls does it, where it pulls up a menu, but you still have control of your character. And so then you have to use other UI buttons to navigate and interact. So I don't know how we're going to do that, but I'd like to get started on that at least. So that'll be number 3. So first things first. Not that one. This one. Let's move these down. There. There we go. Okay. Yeah, how are we doing? Spotify's opening automatically now. That's annoying. This is all looking good. I think my audio levels are good now. I did since last stream yesterday, I've modified the camera, since I learned a little bit about OBS and how to actually do things, so I kind of made it a little bit nicer. Yeah. Okay. So, what the heck? Wait a second. There we go. That's better. Okay. Gaming I'm not gonna worry about. I still don't know why that's transparent. I don't know if that's inherent to the progress bar entity. Anyway, so looking at here, our camera is pointing towards the negative Z. I want the front to be the positive Z. It just makes sense for me because like X is horizontal, so then it's gonna be like a strafe. That's just how it like I have the axes in my head because like, you know, you got your Y and your X for your default graph, and that's gonna be vertical, which makes sense here, and then horizontal, side to side, and then Z is gonna be your depth. So that's why it makes sense for me to do that. So first of all, we're gonna open up the camera scene. Okay, which way is it looking? It's looking negative. Okay, so I don't like that. Wait, what are these offsets? One point five and 3. It's 1.5 and 2.5. 3. How do I reload the scene? Can I reload scene? Save, save, and reload save scene. Will this move? Hmm. If I make the 0 and reload, it doesn't move. Am I not applying the camera offset? Wait a second. Camera 3D set position, cam position offset. So it's just a generic. Okay. So we want it to be behind the character, so it's going to be negative Z. Yeah, that's going to make sense. Okay. All right. I should really change up how I have this laid out, because it's kind of a bother to go over here and then see his properties here. So I'm thinking I'm going to Spectre. Oops. There we go. Node. I want you over here. History. I want you here. Oh. Import. I don't. Can I close you? Is there a view button, or do I have to have the import? In that case, I'll just put it there. And then file system, maybe down there. And let's do that. It's a little scuffed, but it works. So then this makes sense. So then we can select here, and then we can edit his properties. And then we just have everything here. It would be nice to be able to just have the script. Oh, that's nice. In another column, but I got limited real estate here. It's a laptop, so I don't got a second. Well, I do have a second monitor. It's over there, but it's a bothersome, and I don't have a good chair right now for my desk, so this is as good as we're gonna get for today. Most comfortable right now. Okay, so this is offset. I don't know why that's offset. What do we got here? We got camera controller. It's camera position offset. Which is fine. Scale position. I don't know why you moved, buddy. Where are you? You're in the same position, right? That's good. Okay. You're not where you're supposed to be. The default value for Z should be negative. All right. I don't know why I can transform. Negative. And then rotation. That's fine. Z 0. Z needs to be what, 180? That didn't do anything. What? Why didn't that do anything? Oh, it's because that's the axis. We don't care about that. We want, because that's just twisting it like this. We want this to be 180. Yeah, there we go. Great, now y is 180. But we're not going to be changing y, right? All right, okay. Well, we're going to see this. We're going to go to player proto. We're going to find this camera position offset. We're going to make that -3. I need to figure out how to make it so that these things actually apply. Live. I wonder how you would do that. I have no idea. Anyway. Does that look any better? Yes. Okay, so that is working. This guy's position. Great. This is going to change all the animations. Ugh. Oh. Like, because that's not terrible. We just like change negatives to positives and positives to negatives, right? So, animation player. Pull you up. Okay. I guess let's not worry about all this stuff. Let's worry about getting the movement right? So its direction is going to be pointing in the incorrect direction, right? So we gotta do minuses and positives and stuff like that. Where's my controller? It's right there. It's ready. Okay. So this. I don't know if we want to keep this. Oh, I don't know. I don't think we want that. And if that's right, then that's right. I guess we just do negative for all of these, right? We reverse them, hopefully. Let's try that. So we're gonna try moving forward. Okay. Everything, see, that just seems to have done it. And then I press click. Oh, that even fixed the animations. That's crazy. But why? Why did that fix the animations? Because it's pointing backwards. This is so strange. And so I'm reorienting it based on the camera. Just thinking, because like this is backwards. I don't want this backwards in the editor, right? What it's doing is it's pointing it right now. It's like, oh, this is the front, right? And so then we're like, nope, rotate it around. And so we're rotating it because it's all based on how this is oriented. So it doesn't matter the orientation of this because it's all based off this. Interesting. Well, I don't really want, wait, do I care? Right now I'm thinking, okay, when we spawn in, because this is only when we spawn in, right? Do we want to be looking like at our character's front, or do we want to be looking where our character's looking, right? When we spawn. Is it like Dark Souls 1 where like you spawn and you're like, no, that's only when you're at like a bonfire. You wanna, yeah. So what? I don't want to just rotate all of these. I know it doesn't matter, but like, come on. I don't want to have to pretend this is the front. Because that's what it's still acting itself as. It's still acting as if this is the front. And then it's just rotating it based off this. Which it doesn't matter because it will be rotated based on that. That means the animations are relative, right? If we look at here. Yeah, because these have to be relative because they're referring to yeah, they're built-in relative. Okay, so it doesn't matter. It's all just based on, no, that doesn't make sense. This is going to be, yeah, this is going to be minus Z. It's still minus Z. I don't like that. It should be positive Z, right? Z. Wait, what am I selecting? Position. Yeah, this is relative to itself, to its origin point, which is set here. Right? Where the hell is the weapon? Let's select the weapon. Whoops, that's the wrong button. Weapon. It's there. I can just take this and move it over there. Right? Whoa, and it just snaps. Alright, can we do like that? And now is it when I attack, is it going to attack into the body? Probably. I don't want to have to rotate it, man. It's already in a rotation of 0. I'm going to have to make these rotations not negative. Yeah. See, that's real. That's not what you want. This is going towards, so what, can I just do this? Probably don't do that, right? Well, it's moving up. I'm so confused. Why is it going up? Oh, it's still interesting because it's still going around like that. Oh, it's positions that we want. Man. Let's reset. All right. So then rotation, we just take this, we do 180. Nope, not to the sword. Do it to the weapon. Ah. What's the weapon doing over there? Right, because I didn't reset its rotate. This is what I was talking about. You gotta catch issues early. Frick. Yeah, because this transform, I moved the weapon, the sword. I didn't move the weapon. The weapon, because I clicked on the weapon, I didn't click on the frickin'. There. Now it's gonna stab into him. Nope. It still resets. This is global position, not relative. Interesting. How would you change that? I guess you would just do that. If you want it to be local, you would have to do the animation in the weapon scene. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, well, I fixed the camera. Okay. The animations are going to be more complicated. There has to be an easier way to just rotate the reference. Oh. Yeah, because this is referring to animations only local. Ah. Ah. Uh-huh. Dang. Okay. Interesting. So we could have no, because it's gonna be so much easier just to have one set of animations for your character, and then you play the animations based the attack animations based on what the weapon is, right? So like you would detect the light attack input, you would then check the weapon type that you have, and then you would go into the animation set, and then you would you'd call it based on the weapon type. Yeah, okay. So I guess I just reset the attack animation, hey? And I'm thinking this because I say that I don't want to give the weapon its own animation player because I shouldn't have to, right? Because like when you're holding, because like based on real physics, what can I use as a weapon here? My controller. Okay, so I'm holding the controller, right? This is my weapon. I'm gonna hit it. It's tied to how I'm gripping it, right? How I'm holding it. If I move my wrist, it's gonna move. So then, basically, this is its own thing. You know, it can't move itself. There's nothing on there, right? So when I'm holding it, my hand, it becomes the root of it. It becomes its parent. So all the transforms I make to my wrist position, it gets applied to this with an offset, of course, based on where I'm holding it. And then my wrist is attached to my arm, and so then that becomes its parent, and so that gets then applied. And it's it's just a chain of inherited stuff. So I should just be able to plop the weapon in. It should just have a model, a hitbox, and then a set of weapon properties that we can access that affects like the damage and stuff like that. That's why I don't want to give it its own animation player, because then the animations can just be taken care of by the player animation. And just, yeah. I also eventually will need to figure out how to do boned animations and stuff like that. And from what I'm seeing, it's much easier to do animations in general in Blender, and those can just be imported. So that's gonna be a whole bag of worms. It's probably gonna be like a week of learning Blender, and then a week of learning animation, and then a week of trying to get it to work in Godot, which is probably a lot longer than I think it's gonna take. It often takes a lot shorter time than I actually think it'll take. So that's okay. It's funny that this won't work, right? If I just take the body and I just rotate it. $180. That's just gonna make us move backwards, right? Nope. It still applies those transforms. And still applies all... Oh, I made it looping. Right. I don't want you to loop, please. Wish there's... Is that a property that I can modify? How can I access root motion? Yeah. Huh? I'm just thinking. Sorry, I went on a tangent. I'm like, okay, if I do a roll animation, that's gonna move the player, right? Do I handle that at the input, or should I handle that at the animation? Because then the animation is going to be, because then the movement will be tied to the animation. I won't have to worry about, you know, making sure they match up properly where we, so that we end up where the animation takes us. Anyway, that's just it. That's in the future. What was I doing? I'm trying to, I don't like that I have to rotate it 180 degrees, right? I want it to just, wait, this isn't gonna work, right? Where I could just do, oops, that's the wrong button. Body. This isn't gonna work, right? It's not gonna, it's gonna be at an angle, right? Or is it just gonna snap to the, yeah, that's just the starting. Okay, so it does not matter. It does not matter where we end up. Okay. So in that case, whatever. This is just the spawn position. I would like the spawn position to face the front though, so whatever. This one. It's okay. It's fine. Enemy. Let's look at your script, hey? Where's all the position stuff, right? Boom, boom, Control S, 3D, body. Now all those guys are gonna be facing away, but if I enter, they should point towards me still, right? Very good. Kill me. Should probably increase the height. So it's a little bit bigger. And we'll be able to detect. Yeah, for now. Okay. Enemy, done. I don't like it. I don't like how I'm doing it. But, you know. Okay. That's done. Scale equipped models. Okay. So right now, what are these scales at? 25%. Okay. And then sword is this also gonna be 25%? Yeah. Let's just do 25% for both. Okay. So let's open up those. Man, I'm getting lost here. Dagger scene. Let's get the model. Scale 0.25. This guy, we're gonna have to reshape him. Woohoo! Okay, size 1 by 1. By 1. Transform. Okay. Okay. And this guy. A little bit smaller than that. Even smaller. Yeah, that'll be good. I don't know why this is up. Yeah, yeah, that's good. Okay. Save. Enemy. It's gonna be super, 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 super tiny. Reset that to 1. Beautiful. Okay. Dagger's done. Now we need to do that with the SWAT. Select the model. 0.25. Enter. U. There. Right up to the tippy top. Over there. There. All right. Beautiful. Position. That looks good. And oops, that's the wrong button. A little bit more. A little bit. Why is the position off? Why is it not centered? Is this not centered? Actually, look, that says it's centered. So why is this look off from that? I don't know. It doesn't matter, I guess. Down to there. Down to about there. Okay. 0.1. Nah, like 0.1. Nah, that's too much. 0.105. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, player proto. Where's your teeny little... Oh, it's so cute. Oh, it's like a little toothpick, little letter opener. Oh, there you go. There's a man. There's a man's weapon. Okay. Test these bad boys out. Looks right. Sword's a little bit bigger. I can deal with that. These areas of detection work. What is it going for? I know what's happening. I now realize this. It's not using... It's not... Wait, it has to, though. Sorry, I'm just thinking... I was thinking for a second, oh, does it have to be... Like, what is it actually referencing? Because, right, it's referencing the attack range as position error X and Z. Hack range. Nav target position. Our target position is what? Crap, where's our it's something navigation. It's the aggro area. That's where we're setting it, right? Target node equals area. And this area has to be, we're looking at, this is the hurt box, right? Now, I know we could use an area 3D as well for the attack range. You know, if it enters, just like what we did with this, if it enters that range, start attacking. Just use signals, but I don't know, that adds more fluff. Oh, all right, what are we actually comparing? It's global position versus our position. And our position is, yeah. We're doing this every physics process. I'm going to print pause error. And we're going to delete. No, this will only work if it has target. Okay. So once we enter this thing here, it should start spamming us with positions. There we go. Okay, why isn't this working? Clearly, both the x, which is the first value, and the z value are lower than 1.0. So why isn't it attacking? Is there another? Other is less, x is less than attack range, and the attack range, oh, is 0.8. So then I guess we want like 7.5. Oh no, we want it to be bigger. We want it to be like 9. I don't know why I'm doing this from here. I could just go into the world and then edit it. I don't know. I need to get... This should be probably, yeah, will be dependent on equipped weapon to do. So we would get the weapon and that's going to be a whole equipped weapon thing. Yeah, we'll just make it 0.9 for now. Did that fix it? All right. Okay, that's working. Is there any scenario? So 0.8 was actually like just on the cusp. So it can be a little bit further than 0.8. It can be, yeah. Let's put it back to like 1.1. And that'll be more accurate, I think. Because we want it to start attacking like on a good cusp of the attack swing. Yeah, it can be way higher. It could be like, let's try 1.8. All right, we don't need this print anymore. That's just unnecessary. Come on, hit me. I want you to hit me. That's a little better. It's striking a little high. Yeah, okay. Oops. So maybe 1.6 is actually good. Because then we don't have to move a little bit. We'll have to like really move out of the way. I don't know why I'm doing game tweaks. This isn't a fun game loop yet. It's still just the bare bones. Okay. All right. So what did I do? I did do what I set out to do. Sword, dagger, this is done. Beauty. Start learning Blender. That's not today. That's going to be a whole day thing, or like a multiple day thing. What time is it? 12:30. How long have we been going for? Not even an hour. Wow, we got 2 things off the list and it hasn't even been an hour. This is a good day. I think, I don't even have. I was going to say, I think I deserve a little candy, but I don't even think I have any more candy. I haven't had candy in a while. Okay. Figure out how to template scenes. I kind of figured it out, but there's better ways of doing it. You could do item interaction. I could start learning basic, use mechanics, as in interactions. So the only interactions we have right now is basically attack, right? We could do more combat mechanics. We could do the dodge roll. We could implement stamina, which I brainstormed yesterday. So I got that somewhat fleshed out, but that's a lot of systems. What was the other one? I was thinking, this is interactions. I'm just thinking like the classic Dark Souls, pull a lever and then it like opens a door or a gate or or like a pressure plate kind of a thing. But button's pretty straightforward. Once we get the button interaction thing down, then we can do like pickup interactions and we can have like an interaction dialogue that can be referenced, and then man, I'm gonna have to pick an interaction button. Right, because A is the jump button. I think X right now is the interaction button, right? You can actually go and check project settings, input map. Confirm, use is E, and X, Xbox X. No, Elden Ring uses Y. All the Dark Souls games uses A because Y is used to change your stance. B is your sprint and roll. Jump is when you're sprinting and then you press in the right stick. X is your not interact button, but it's your item use, whatever item you have equipped. Then you got your triggers for attacks and blocks. And then your D-pad is select equip weapon, equip spell is up, and then down is change item or equip item. Do I want that scheme? I don't think it matters. I think X is gonna be a fine use button because it's like Call of Duty. That's like everything else. So let's just stick with that. X and E. I know F is the other one, but whatever. Close. Okay, so that's gonna be X. So we need an interactable object. Okay, so let's brainstorm here. Okay. I know I keep putting stuff in the brainstorm, but then that's not like this should be this stamina system component should be its own note. I'll do it later. Okay, let's go from the top here. Okay. Interactable object. Okay. So this is kind of like an attribute because like I want to attach this to things that this is just a generic, right? This will just be attached to like an item pickup, anything that will, that is considered an interaction, right? So I guess this is going to be like anything that'll use. I guess I could make it so that it uses any input map, right? All right, so is an attribute component or just a component that prompts the character in to yeah, but that's just the canvas layer. That's just the notification. That's just the prompt. Okay, we need to turn that certain interaction. I know I'm a stickler for grammar. I really like to be specific to make sure that you know that I say what I mean, that I write exactly what I mean. Trying to be as specific as possible so that it can't be misinterpreted or misremembered. That's why I'm such a stickler for that. That's why it takes so long just to even make notes. It is frustrating, but in the long run, it's very helpful. Okay, so let's just lay out the data. I like doing this. This works for me. So data. Area 3D. Oops, that's the wrong button. And this is an interactable area. This is where we have that. We're gonna call this. What are we gonna call this? Because like we want this is gonna detect, right? It's gonna detect and enable a prompt. Or it's gonna create a canvas item, I guess. I don't know how that's gonna work. Do we want it to interact with the game UI object, or do we want it to be its own separate canvas item that can, or do we want it to generate a canvas item? And if it does, will it just appear? You know, will it just appear? Um, I guess this will be prompt range. Like, name that something else, and then that just denotes the type. And then we want interaction input. And that's going to be a string, and that's just going to be what input used to make the interaction. And then we want prompt data, string, excuse me. Prompt string. This is going to be what the prompt contents of the prompt. I guess, and then we could have another bool where it's like, we could have you know, it's a one-time use, multiple time use. Do we want to do that where we can, you can only use it a certain amount of times, or do we want to? No, yeah, let's just make it generic so that it just checks an integer to see how many times it can be used. And so then we need and then we can just set that to 1 if we want it to be used once, or or maybe use a bool, or have like a bool so it's like destroy after interaction. That's gonna be a bool, and it does what it says. AKA use. And then I guess I don't know. Is there? I guess you want to make it so that you can use this for anything, so that there's only amount of times that you can do something. We want it to be flexible. So yeah. Or maybe we just do CMC. I'm trying to do that again. I'm trying to think about the best way. It's starting to get dark. Should I put this over here? Oh, you're gonna get a preview of the rest of my place. Ugh. Okay. I want it to be okay. Just use amount. That's kind of but there's got to be a better description for better name for this. This could be int amount of times we want it to do we want to destroy it or disable? So I guess that's gonna be a bool or it disables self, and then disable mode, and this can be a bool. Man, I want to make enum so bad, just so that this is simpler, but yeah, it's gonna be bool. True, if true, the interaction is only disabled when is great. Um, disable. See, I'm thinking now, like, do we want it to destroy just the interaction, or do we also want to destroy the object that its root node, its parent? Disable equals disables. Maybe we don't want to. Maybe we should just destroy it. Or maybe we can just remove. Maybe we can just destroy itself, like the attribute itself, just the attribute. But if we want to reload it, then maybe we can just disable it so that it can be re-interacted and then re-enabled and stuff like that. It only disables. Meaning that you can't interact with it. Removes. Um, removes. Then um, it's not really descriptive of what it means. I was thinking maybe parent. There we go. This should be an enum. Make enum. Oops, it's the wrong button. I don't. What the heck? Oh, I'm pressing shift, not I. Whatever. Ugh. It's a lot of. This is a lot. But this is good. This will be a good experiment for like how to spawn new things. And I know I'll have to deal with overlapping prompts, right? Because like in Dark Souls, if you kill multiple enemies and their corpses fall on top of each other, and both of them have an interactable object, meaning the pickup item, which is an interactable, if they're overlapping, then they have a prompt where it's like they add it to the prompt where it's like, hey, you can switch out what prompt you're looking at, what interactable object you're looking at through a list. So I guess you'd want to add it to a list of when you enter the prompt range, you want to create and append it, and then inside append a list of prompts, and then in that you would have it in the prompt list. That's where you would manage it. Frick, that's a lot of work. I'm just gonna worry about one at a time. Let's not worry about stacking, not yet. What other data do we want it to have? So interaction input, prompt string, which is contents of the prompt. Disable mode. All right, methods. We want this to scans. Do we want detectable objects so that we can just use it the same with the aggro, or do we want a separate layer just for this? Well, like, maybe we could make it so that you can change. I'm just thinking now. Maybe you could make it so that you can. Now I'm just thinking about all my components. Just have them automatically get set to whatever layer you want to look at, scan or mask, the layer it's on or the mask it's on that it's looking for, and just instead of having to trust, because like to trust that it has been set properly before, and then you could just do it in code and ensure that it's always looking at the right thing, and then in turn you could always change what layer you're looking at. Do I want to do that? That's a lot of scaling, but this is prototyping. We got to be fast, which is totally not what I'm doing. Let's just do detectable. Scans detectable layer methods. Does what it says. Show prompt. I don't know how we're gonna be able to actually execute the interaction, right? Like, should we be listening for the input here? How do we want to do that? I don't know. Let's just think about the basics and then we can add it. So we want to enable and disable it. We want to show the prompt. And then we don't know after that. Right? Because then it's going to be dependent on what the the object is, right? So if it's like a pickup, if it's a use, like we don't know, right? So I guess what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to make a layer, something that needs to be interactable. So I think the most basic thing, let's just get a lever that opens and closes a door, okay? So let's do that. So let's add a lever. Call it lever. We are going to add multi-mesh instance. What's that? New multi-mesh. I don't know where I would put this, maybe scene. Let's call it lever, save. I don't see a box. Why aren't you showing it? Let's learn. Ah. This is not what we want. I'm just getting distracted. Just do messages, that mesh instance. I want you to be new box mesh, please. Look at you. Oh, what's mine? There's the base. Excuse me? Ah, they're both using the same mesh. Oh, handle. That'll make more sense. Rotation. Oh, I'm stupid. Should just be 0, 0. So if I rotate you, there you go. Right. Oh yeah. Now we want to add the interactable object to this. So we're just going to make a base, 3D. So interaction. Interactable component. All right. And this is going to include a area 3D create. And that will also include a collision shape, which is going to be spherical. Do we want it to be spherical? It doesn't have to be spherical. Let's do cylinder, because that just makes more sense. Radius 0.5. Let's do 0.75. Height can be one. So we need to transform. We need a position to be 0.5. There you go. So there you go. There's this interaction area. It's going to look for whatever's undetectable, right? Collision. We don't want it to be detected, we just want it to detect. Probably want to Raise this. Ugh. One meter should be okay. Okay. Now, just call this range. What did I want? I need a reminder here. Prompt range, yep. Interaction input. Okay, so attach script. Yeah. Interactable component. We don't want it in scenes. We want it in scripts, please. This can be a component. Yes. Okay. All right. Class underscore name. I need to standardize these component names because, like, this is camera controller 3P, whatever. I got weapon class and component. Okay, so things I need. Just thinking export. There we go. How do I have this reference? The input map. Oh. And that's going to be equal use by default. Prompt string is string, and that is equal to by default interaction prompt. I didn't mean to put a breakpoint there. I'm forgetting already. Come on, man. Disable mode, that's too advanced. Let's not worry about that. Use amount, prompt string, interaction input. I think these are the basics that I need. Enable, disable, show prompt. Maybe start interaction. Okay, so first things first. Guess if. Just trying to think, how do we get the game UI, or do we care about that? Do we want to make a new canvas item here? This could be interesting. This just, because the only things that can be detected are things that, the only thing that is detectable right now is the character. So let's not worry about anything else. Let's just create a new canvas item. How do we create a new canvas item and populate it? Probably docs time. Yeah. Probably it's a node thing, right? Budge. I'm just thinking, wait a second, there's not just a prompt. Like, I can't just do. Because, like, I'm going to need to make a control object, which in turn has. Canvas items, right? Huh. Because you need a control, right? For all your UI, bounding rectangles, it defines its extents, an accurate position relative to its parent control or the current viewport, and offsets relative to the anchor. Offsets update automatically when the node any of its parents or screen. How about we make a canvas item template that we can just spawn and then populate? So that's what we're gonna do right here. Actually, that's what we're gonna do. Keep that open. So control, we're gonna call this prompt lowercase because I'm an animal. And then inside this, all right, what do we have here? We got layout direction, anchors preset. Let's just do center. All right. Now we want to have just like a rect that is bounding like a container. So let's go to 2D. All right. And cannabis. Base for all GUI containers. Box container. Center container. Tab container. Scroll container. Panel. Margin. Split. Grid. Center. Well, maybe we should just make this prompt. Delete this. And then have this have a text or a label. Prompt. I don't want you to inherit. But I want to. I don't want to change the contents of it. I don't understand. There we go. Um, there we go. Center of the center. Okay. Prompt. Booyah. Scale rotation, pivot, offset. How do I change? Add a border? Great. So I guess this doesn't work actually. Wait a second. Can I just change this to a center container? And then theme. Whoa. Whoa, cool. Oh. Cool. Look at all these options. Wow. Dude, I can make like actual applications with this, not just video games. Like I could just make Excel. Really, 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 really bare bones Excel. This is so interesting. Okay, but obviously that this isn't what I thought it was. Because like I want it to size based on, I guess you'd want a container, right? So layout, transform, size. It should just be automatic. And anchors preset, center. Then I want this. I don't know why this position is off. Why is this position off? Why is this prompt up here and not centered? You know? I feel like this isn't working. Why is this thing all the way over there? Oh, anchor offsets is why. Okay. So in here, I want you to just be in center, right? Okay. Now, change size and whatever is inside, right? So I want that's the wrong button. Panel. Inside the panel. This. I want flat texture, dude. Why isn't this? Great. Why isn't, how do I make it so it sizes? Is it backwards? Like, should this be this? Doesn't make sense. I'm just what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make it so that the size of the backing panel, like if I go panel here, why isn't this right? Like when I go to layout, transform, container sizing, why isn't it it's based on the container? And I want this to be based Ugh. I need to simplify this. You know what? I'm just being dumb. I'm losing it. Why are you? Because like I want this to be dependent on the contents, right? How do I make it? Ugh. I just want it to size with the freaking contents. So there it is, but it's so small. It's not. Ugh. Can I give the label background at least? Can I just do that? Please. Shadow resource. There's no background. I can't give it a background. All right, let's restart here. I want just a panel that's centered to screen and it sizes to its contents. How the hell do you do that? So let's just make a new control node as a base, okay? Inside it, we're gonna have a container. What's a panel container? That keeps child controls within the area of the style box. I don't know what a style box is. Please make it simple. Panel container as opposed to just a panel. So what's a panel? It displays a style box. So what? I have a center container. Oh no, I have a panel container that has a center container. No, what I want is... Okay, let's do some tests here. So let's make a panel container, and then inside that, let's put a panel, because that sounds like that's what it's supposed to contain, right? Let's put a panel in there, okay? Wait, does the panel container already have... It already has stuff. Okay, so in here, we're gonna give it a label. And here we're gonna call it prompt. And it resizes. Okay, great. That's exactly what I want. I see a panel is just a panel. It doesn't contain something, so I guess the keyword here is container. So I'm guessing container resizes with its contents. So I'm guessing in layout, I can make custom minimum size. So the X, can I give margins? Is that something I can do? Or is that a separate thing? Because this sounds like a lot of stuff, right? So what if I add, because I think I did see margin somewhere. Interesting. Tab bar, reference rect, texture rect, tree. Interesting. Separator. I see. So you would put this inside the panel container and then put the label in here, and then that'll have margins for the label. Hey. I think what we're going to do is we're going to do this in there so that it's centered. And then let's try adding how can I change the margins? So it is a theme. There we go. This is what I wanted. So now there's a margin around this. The margin and the label are centered inside the panel container. Beautiful. Theme override styles. Okay, great. Border width. Right. Border color. Looking great. All right. Great. This is a lot of stuff. So we can just do this. Delete you. Make you do center. That looks nice and clean. Now I would like to make its visibility somewhat 150. Let's try that. All right, so then this is going to be called prompt with a capital, I guess. Label, yeah. We're going to make this new scene. And we call it, yeah, prompt. All right. So we want to make a prompt instance. How do we do that? How do we generate a prompt? So we have the prompt object here, right? I don't want it to start with a prompt. Okay. I want this interactable object to generate, to instantiate the prompt and then edit it, right? So maybe on entry we generate it, but yeah, we'll have to generate it on entry. So let's go here. How do we func okay, so we need create make do I need to like have the prompt type? Oh boy. Great. Online docs, please. The child node must be present. So we can't, it needs to be present in order to do this. Example, easy. Spreadsheet. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Get node, and that refers to its name, not its built-in name. node paths. Here we go. This is what I want. Why does he instantiate var again when it's already been here? Yeah, but how do I make a new scene? Do I need a reference to it? Instancing scenes. Here we go. Scenes are templates, which you can create as many reproductions as you'd like. This operation is called instancing. Loading a scene from a local drive, creating an instance at the load. So I need a path to it. Load it. So we need a reference to it. So generate prompt is var what the hell? Wait, oh, we can just find it. Where are you, prompt? There we go. Wait, how am I? Is that right? Get child. What? Maybe find child. Oops. Wait, can I just do? Wait a second. Can't I just do prompt scene? I don't want to do this. Dot get state can instantiate pack bundled. I can just find his child here and then just find the you can't. Oh right, this makes a unique instance, and then we would modify it here. Yeah. Find child. What does this return? This returns a node, right? Oops. This is all right, and then oops, let me do that. And then prompt underscore label um, dot text, right? Right. Get node, no path. Oh, but it returns a node, right? Brutal. Why can't I? Yeah, prompt label text equals prompt string. And then does that work? I don't know if that works though. Because this is just a node. And then we just instantiate. What is this? We change this label, and then we add it, and then on area exit, we want to delete prompt. When we add child, what is it? Does it get automatically called something? Hey, let's just go all the way to the top and then find it. Node. Interesting. And we know that this only is one, so we can get child one, and we know. Bro, this is wrecking my brain. Because this is just type, right? It doesn't actually give. Yeah, because it adds to this one. If it exists, remove it. And I want to make sure that if it also exists here, and because we don't want to duplicate it, right? Oh. And this is just going to show the prompt, right? And I bet you it's not even going to work. I bet you because. What does instantiate do again? You cannot edit. Okay, I see. I see. So in here, we can't actually edit it. It doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. We have to do it here. So we have to add child, and then Wait, what does it return again? What does add child return? Void. It just does it. We'll have to go and get it again, won't we? All right. Oops. I don't know why this is open. We don't need it open. Okay, learning. Control W closes. Okay. We don't need process right now. So we add it and then we modify the text. So then we need to get var prompt. Okay. Child 1 prompt dot find child label. Yeah, it's literally just called label, type label. Great. Now this is just gonna have a pop-up when we're inside the interaction area, and then it'll remove the prompt when we leave it. Hopefully. There's probably a lot that I'm doing wrong here, but we gotta at least try. So we need to add in the world. Let's do some let's do some fun here. Let's add some new stuff, eh? Duplicate. View over here. We're gonna do this. And we're gonna move this guy. Not like that, but like this. And we want him pointing this way. Make new navigation mesh. And we're just gonna put, where can we put a lever? So it's out of the way. I'll delete one of these guys. And then maybe in the future there'll be a door and then you have to like go around and press the lever or something. Yeah, we'll do that. So let's duplicate this again. And I also want to add a lever. Lever. Killbox isn't supposed to be in here. Oh well. Right there. Aren't you cute? Like that. Okay. Let's rebake this. Interesting. They're not going to avoid. Well, I guess there's no collision, so they're not going to worry about it. Anyway. Taking a while. Okay. This looks like it's working. Uh-oh. I rotated it. It's... Are you kidding me? I thought I fixed this frickin' yesterday. Oh, come on. Oh. See, did that help? It's taking a while now. Nope, it's still backwards. Why? What changed? What did I do? I didn't... It's still backwards. Okay, what the hell? What did I do? Please. Please tell me. Direction angle. Do I just have to do that? No. So I didn't fix these. Is that right? Still ass backwards. Well. Alright, please don't crash. Let's go! First try! Oh man, I was not expecting that. I was expecting like 3 crashes. Dude, let's go. Holy cow, I was not expecting that at all. And it replaced the text. It doesn't just say prompt. It says interaction prompt. Dude. Let's freaking go. That is awesome. That is amazing. So now what we can do is we can go interaction object, interact input use, interaction prompt. Can I make this expandable? Like, how do I make it so that it's like this, right? So I guess that'll be in online docs again. I just want to make it so that it's much easier to see what you're putting in there. So that's going to be in manual. Scripting. Programming. DScript. Static typing. Style guide. Documentary. Exported properties. Let's go. Here we go. Category. Multi-line. Var text. Let's do that. Export underscore multi-line. That'll be in here. Booyah. So now we go here and go here. Booyah, that's exactly what I want. All right, pull lever. I wonder, can we do multi-line stuff then? Because it's going to add an enter. And then I could say, I guess that's something I want to do. I want to add the interact button prompt. Below it, like inform the player what they need to press in order to interact with the object. How are we doing on OBS here? Looking good. How long have we been on? 2 hours 45 minutes, and I'm still going. Probably should get a drink of water, but it's okay. All right. Errors. Parameter on range area entered. Yeah. Okay. How do I combine? Do I do like this? Is it slash n? Is it like that? Or is it slash n? That looks like it's reading it as a character. And you just do that, right? I have no idea. Should probably look at the format strings. No, we just want a reference. Super. What the hell is a super? Functions override functions of the same type on the base superclass. If you still want to call them, use super. Functions override functions with the same name. I see. So if I override something, what is super? What does that mean? We can just call itself something. Was there a something up here? Some function. Oh, there's something super something. Super. Oh, I see. So if it's a something, and there was already a function called some. All right, I'm getting distracted here. Come on, give me. Here we go. Yep. New line, line feed, tab, backspace, form feed, backslash. There we go. There we go. Answered it. Okay. Slash n. Will that work? I did. I closed it right here, buddy. Come on. How do you concatenate? Literals. String literals. Unicode. Comments. Code regions. Foldable regions. Interesting. So hashtag region is a interesting. Oh, so you do you put a backsplash for a continuation. Interesting. Typed arrays, packed arrays. Linearly in memory for speed. Callable. Contains an object and a function. Ah, so you can just give it a function and then it will just do it. Maybe I should have read through this before I even started, because I just kind of went based off of what I already even knew, or constants, enums. I want to read this later. Probably do them at one time. Come on. Referencing functions, lambda, static. Else, oh, if, else, if. There we go. While, for, match, control flow, dictionary, multiple patterns, classes. Interesting. Padding. Oh, I see this for skip sequence. Method examples. That's it. Hey, is there not a simple way to just concatenate? I probably totally missed it. Come on, concat. Hmm. Let's look at this closely. Come on. Or concatenation. Bro. There it is. Okay, so it'll be, oh crap, what was I doing? Prompt string plus yeah, okay. New line, press plus prompt input, please. Interact input, dang it. Did that work? I hope so. And of course, use doesn't work. Okay, so now we need to be able to do something. So we probably want this to emit a signal when it's been interacted with. So we want to also make a var listening cool was false. Prompt. So this is listening for inputs. Denotes when the we want that to be here. Oops. Okay, if we're listening, crap, how do we do? How to freaking do this? Give me a player, please. If input.action is just pressed, boom. And then we want to use interact input. emit. That's what we want. Interacted. Okay. So that'll emit the interacted signal. And we want that to link. How can we do that easily? Okay, so we got an interactable object. We want this to do something. So I guess we'll make a script for this. And so I guess this is going to chain, I guess, right? So like the interactable object is going to emit a signal that its parent is going to hear, right? Unless what we can do is we can just go, no, that's stupid. I was thinking we could go to parent and then execute something, but then we would have to put a lot of gatekeeping to make sure that it's not going to error and that it's right. Whereas this way, we can just write some custom code. Like we know it's going to be an interactable object, and this is where the customization is going to come in. This is just responsible for allowing the player to interact with it. And then we can customize what we do with that interaction here. And so that way we can make a pickup item, and we can drop this into there, and then automatically the player is going to be able to interact with that. There's already going to be an area there and everything. Awesome. Intelligent design. Sorry if I've been silent a lot. I've been focusing pretty well. How are we doing? Maybe a quick break might do me some good. Oh boy. We got some dude. You still watching? Sorry, I'm not looking at chat. I've just been totally focused. I'm surprised someone popped in. That's crazy. One, 2:30, 2:03. Okay, so that was 45 minutes ago. Whoops, sorry, bud. I'm not looking at chat. Maybe I should put that in the stream title. Whatever. Drink water. Quick, drink. Water. Or actually, let's get a sparkling water. Right, okay, quick breather. Oh, I kind of feel bad. Aw. Can I make that always on top? I wonder. Docs, chat, custom browser docs, tools, help. Is there an always on top? Yeah, okay, it's gonna minimize no matter what. Whatever. Okay. So we want it to do something. We don't really know what this is gonna do. I guess you know what I could do. I could put a door right here to prevent you from accessing the enemies and stuff like that. And then you go press this button, it'll move the door in some way. Yeah. Hmm. I'm just thinking I want to make CSG box, create. Just want to give it its own texture. Drag and drop. Where's my textures? Don't want it to be green, maybe orange. Let's do texture 2. Oh yeah. Geometry. Material. UV1. Triplanar. on. All right, looks about right. Okay, so we want this to be able to animate, I guess. I don't know. Let's call this door. Doot. Door. How do we do that? Do we animate it? Do we just move it? Do we just delete it? Deleting is probably the easiest thing. And if we're going to delete it, let's just really ensure that the player ain't going to jump past this. And we can lower his jump. How about that? Jump velocity. Let's make that half. 3. Save. All right. So what object is this? This is door. How do we connect this door to the lever? I have to give the door its own script, obviously. Or we could just go lever, sibling, door from there, but I don't like that. We should be using signals. So, and lever. We're going to attach scripts. We're going to call it lever. Yeah, lever script thing. By scripts. Component. It's not a component, it's a lever. Okay, so we want to, in process, emit a signal when we hear the signal. So up here, we're going to do signal. Signal pulled. Yeah. We're just going to do node relays. We're going to do signal relaying. So all this is going to do is we want to link this guy interacted, connect with lever, on interactable component interacted. We want to emit, we want to do the animation, so we want to flip the switch, so we want to do bar we're gonna make this a little bit, we're gonna call this handle, and this is gonna be called handle mesh. Boom. So our handle is just gonna refer to this. and we want to rotate it, change its angle of rotation. So what is it rotated at right now? 20%. We want to go to negative 20%. So in here we want to go, okay, so first of all, handle dot rotation rotate x negative 40 degrees, and that's just wait. Rotation degrees dot. No, what the hell is rotation degrees? That's not a method. That's just getting its rotation value. Back please. So we want to rotate. Is that x, right? X. Is this a method? Yes, sir. At on ready. How about that? Happy? Yeah, I bet you're happy. You know what? Even better. Boom. And so that way you can just every time you pull it, it'll just rotate it. All right. So we're gonna do rotate handle. That's not gonna play an animation. That's just gonna click click. It's not gonna be over time. Which we could do that, but that's I couldn't be bothered. Rotate handle. And then emit signal. So we're gonna do pulled dot emit, please. And then in world here, attach script, built-in script, and we're gonna do nice and easy. I'm gonna take this. We want to connect it. Oh, come on, dude. Not there. We want to connect it to the left, to the door. Connect. On the propelled. Oh, that's very nice. This I'm probably gonna do nice. What's his position right now? What's the wall's position? Transform. Its position Y is 2 meters. We want to put that way down, so it's going to be, how high is it? 5 meters. So we want it to go down 7 meters. Or can we even like We can just make it invisible. And we can just make it not invisible. Make it not what it was. So self dot visible equals, I guess I'll just do visible negative visible. Yeah, it'll just make it not what it was last. Okay, now that should work. Fingers crossed here. Okay, the wall is there. We cannot go into the... We cannot go into the wall. We cannot jump over. Wow, that's a pathetic jump. Okay. Ah! It's a function. You bozo. Now it'll work. Now it'll work. And so we're going to look at the lever, make sure its state changes. Yes, and it's gone. Dude, I am the god of learning. I'm not. Yeah. Insert cringe. But look at that. Basic. You know what? Now what I can do is I can go and I can get these guys. Wall is still there. All right. What is this called? Use collision. I'm learning. Oh. Okay. 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 Run, 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 run. Oh, I outpace them. So now they'll try and get to me, but they won't be able to because they suck. Huge dongs. Okay. My camera doesn't have collision yet. Yeah. Can I? Oh, he can hit me through the wall. Damn. I have a longer range than him. Yeah. Well, That's great. It's more and more mechanics every day, man. Would we be able to see? Can run multiple instances. Interesting. It would be nice to see. What am I thinking of here? Signal connections to visualize that. Or wait a second, would be able to can I do something stupid like this? You can't. I was hoping you could drag and drop onto objects here, and then they would like create a script or something, but wishful thinking. Anyway, that's progress. So crap. I'll have to add these things. I'll just put it down here. Okay. So, first thing we did, I guess we did these two things right here. Or, yeah, these two things. Next thing we did was make prompt pop up template scene check. Make interact component. That's huge. And then yeah, I guess that's basically it. Made a prompt pop-up template scene, make interactable object component attribute. I was able to the hell? I'm gonna have to rewatch VOD. I completely forget what I did, other than like just what I just did. Because yeah, I guess I just did a lot of documentation reading. Anyway, that's, you know, it always takes longer than you think, and you always end up getting into things that you didn't know were necessary, right? So didn't really do much of anything. I figured out some more game UI. What time is it? How long has it been? 3.5 hours. Wow. Yeah, I think that's good for today. Yeah, that's pretty good progress. I'm pretty happy with that. What do I want to do tomorrow, actually? So I got interactable objects done. I think I want to fix input handling. Oh, that's a big thing. I don't really know how that's going to work out because I don't I haven't fleshed out all the input handling, like what all the inputs are going to do. I haven't added all the features. I haven't added sprinting, rolling, etc. I think so. I think what I'm going to do is tomorrow I want to do, what is it? Remove input capture on pause. So I think I want to do pause screen next. And then also do that. And we're gonna move that guy up to the tippity top. Tippity dippity top. White space. Okie dokie. That sounds like a plan. I guess, yeah, pause screen. I guess this is also going to apply to they'll have to apply to any menu any event which input capture mouse. So this will probably have to become like some sort of component or method or something that I can just attach onto something else, right? We'll see. That'll be a tomorrow problem to think about. All right. Very good stream. I noticed in the VODs, the stream always cuts off early before I even press the stop streaming button. Probably because what happens is I press the stop streaming button, and then anything that was like delayed, like any of the footage is delayed before it receives the stop streaming signal, it just cuts off there. So like as soon as I press that, no matter where you guys are watching with the delay, it'll stop before you see me even click the button. So funny. Anyway, it's funny because it skips my goodbyes and everything. It just ends. So all right, cool, good progress. Bye-bye stream. Wait 5 minutes, wait for it to delay.